Today, I set myself one simple goal: explore the Nether on my Minecraft Anarchy realm. It sounded easy. Find a portal, enter the Nether, see what I could discover. But things didn't exactly go according to plan. What should have been a simple exploration quickly turned into multiple failed attempts, unexpected fights, and a lot of problems. This is the story of how 3 different plans led to one Nether adventure. Today, I decided to explore the Nether on my Minecraft Anarchy realm. The plan sounded simple: go through the Nether portal and see what I could find. No complicated strategy, no secret routes, just explore and see what happens. I started at my secret base. Obviously, I'm not showing the coordinates because that would make it a lot less secret. Before leaving, I grabbed my gear and used my realm tool to teleport to spawn. Spawn on an Anarchy realm is never safe, so the moment I arrived, I checked my surroundings. Everything looked normal at first. The destroyed landscape, old builds, lava casts, and the usual chaos around spawn. Then I noticed there were already players online. That meant there was a good chance someone was nearby. My goal was the Nether portal behind the bridge near spawn. If I could reach it fast enough, maybe nobody would notice me. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. As I got closer to the portal, I spotted 2 players. One of them had just teleported to spawn, and before long they noticed me as well. The fight started almost immediately. I pulled out my mace and tried to land some hits, but things weren't going well. Every time I thought I had a good opportunity, I missed. My mouse had been broken for about a week, and I had only fixed it around 30 minutes before recording. My aim and movement were far from perfect. The fight continued around spawn for quite a while. Eventually, I managed to reach the portal and enter the Nether. But the fight followed me. More players started getting involved, and what began as a simple encounter quickly turned into a much larger battle. One of the players was Olidwards, another player joined as well, Mayadidit. I tried fighting both of them with my mace, but once again, I struggled to land my attacks. Then things got even worse, and shortly after that, Gamergoo appeared too. At first, I thought Gamerguy might help me. We've always been pretty chill with each other, so I assumed we would team up against the others. That did not happen. Instead, he attacked me too. Just like that, I found myself fighting multiple players at the same time. At one point, Olidwards went AFK for a short moment. I tried to use that opportunity to gain an advantage, but it still wasn't enough. The battle kept going. I was running, attacking, dodging, healing, and trying everything I could think of most of the time. I was just swinging my weapon and hoping something would work. Eventually, I had to face reality. This plan was terrible. Walking directly into the Nether from spawn was probably the worst possible way to explore it. I had spent all this time fighting and still hadn't actually explored anything. So I decided to leave, using ender pearls. I escaped before they could finish me off and safely teleported back to our team base. The first attempt failed, but I wasn't giving up. For my next attempt, I would use a portal, far away from spawn, and start building my way back towards zero. Let's see if that strategy works any better. After the disaster of the first attempt, it was time for a new plan. Walking straight through spawn clearly wasn't going to work. So for our second attempt, we decided to take a much safer route. Instead of entering the Nether at spawn, we would start from our secret base and travel toward zero through the Nether itself. Back at our secret base, we made our final preparations. As always, we're not showing the coordinates. A secret base only stays secret if nobody knows where it is. After checking our gear one last time, we entered the Nether portal and began the second attempt. At first, everything seemed to be going smoothly. My friend had already started preparing part of the route before we arrived. Once that was sorted out, he showed me the path that had already been built. The route wasn't complete, but it gave us a good starting point. From there, our goal was simple: move towards zero. No fighting, no distractions, just keep moving. At one point, I had to go AFK for a little while, but nothing important happened, so we'll skip ahead. Once I returned, the journey continued. The deeper we traveled, the more obstacles we encountered. Sometimes there were huge open spaces. Sometimes there were walls directly in our path. Other times we had to climb over difficult terrain or carefully move around dangerous areas. There wasn't really anything exciting happening. Just a lot of digging, a lot of placing blocks, and a lot of moving forward. Whenever we reached a wall, we mined through it. Whenever we found a gap, we built across it. Whenever we found a cliff, we climbed over it. The process was slow, but every block brought us closer to zero. Eventually, after spending what felt like forever digging and building, we started getting close. At least that's what we thought. The closer we got, the more something felt wrong. The area around us was much larger than expected. I started wondering if we had made a mistake. What if spawn wasn't actually where we thought it was? What if we had spent all this time traveling in the wrong direction? The closer we got, the less confident I became. Eventually, we had to accept the possibility that our entire plan might be based on incorrect information. We had spent a long time digging through the Nether. We had covered a huge distance, but we still hadn't found what we were looking for. At that point, continuing didn't seem worth it. So after all that effort, we decided to stop. The second strategy had failed too. Not because of players, not because of PvP, but because we simply weren't sure we were heading toward the right location anymore. It was frustrating. Hours of preparation, thousands of blocks traveled, and still no success. But there was one final idea left. A third strategy. One last attempt to reach our destination. And this time things were about to get much more interesting. After 2 failed attempts, it was finally time for plan number 3. I had just returned to our base after collecting invisible potions, and this was probably our smartest plan so far. The idea was simple. If players couldn't see us, they couldn't attack us. I gave my friend 2 invisible potions, and we removed all of our armor. Helmet gone. Chest plate gone. Leggings gone. Boots gone. Normally running around an Anarchy realm without armor is basically asking to die, but this time it was exactly what we wanted. We kept totems in our offhand slots just in case something went wrong. No armor. No visible player. Just 2 floating totems. I teleported to spawn and immediately saw 2 players fighting. For a moment I thought the plan had failed, but neither player reacted. Neither looked at me. Neither chased me. The invisibility was actually working. I spotted my friends floating totem nearby, and we regrouped before heading toward the Nether portal. For the first time all day things were actually going according to plan. Inside the Nether, nobody attacked us. Nobody chased us. Nobody even noticed us. For once, we were completely alone. As we explored deeper, several end crystals appeared nearby. That made me nervous because one wrong hit could send me flying. Thankfully, nothing exploded. After a while, we felt safe enough to put our armor back on. Not long after that, I ran into some magma cubes and quickly dealt with them. Then we reached the main attraction, the massive Obsidian Highway. It stretched across the Nether for what felt like forever. We started running along it wondering who had built it. The amount of obsidian and effort behind it must have been incredible. The journey took a long time, so we started racing each other.
I need to not pick up my phone. I'll go straight to airplane mode. Find something to do. I know I can be a little bit cold, but my third eye is going blind. I'm on a line with my body and my...
At one point, my friend trapped me in cobwebs and ran ahead. Eventually, I caught up and we continued exploring.
Ooh, I've been wishing
Along the way, I fought some piglins. My mace aim was terrible, so I eventually switched to my sword.
I've been thinking that this is not a need or a must, but love has treated me so wrong. This year all I've got to show are songs.
Later we noticed an opening below the highway. Someone had built a path leading downward. Naturally, we decided to investigate. After climbing down, we discovered absolutely nothing. No base, no treasure, nothing at all. A complete waste of time. Still, that's part of exploring an Anarchy realm. You never know what you're going to find.
Ooh, I've been dreaming of us. Oh. I need to not pick up my phone. I'll go straight to airplane mode.
Eventually, we found a Nether portal connected to the highway. We decided to leave it alone for the moment and continue to the end first.
With my body and mind, it's playing tricks. I say I'm fine, but really it's hurting me deep inside, 'cause I've been dreaming about you. Ooh, I've been wishing that I was next to you. Oh, I've been dreaming of us. Oh, I've been thinking that...
After a very long run, we finally reached the end. And honestly, there wasn't much there. No huge base, no secret kingdom, no giant treasure room, just the end. So we turned around and headed back to the portal.
Feels like it up and flew. So so far away and out of view, but 23 seems like me and you, cause I've been dreaming about you. Ooh, I've been wishing I was next to you. Ooh, I've been dreaming of us. Oh,
This time we stepped through,
I've been thinking that
and on the other side was a village. Not exactly what we expected, but still a cool discovery. After everything that had happened, we had finally managed to explore the Nether successfully. No battles, no deaths, no disasters, just exploration. And that marked the end of our Nether adventure. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this adventure, make sure to like and subscribe for more Minecraft Anarchy Realm videos. Want to join the realm? See you in the next adventure.